Good evening. Good evening. Body breathe awareness, regulate self with compassionate care. I'm Amelia Zontini. This is step 4 of our heart centered steps. Regulate my energy. And per the usual, I am starting off with a story. On April 4th, 2026, a CBS news reporter asked Artemis II pilot NASA astronaut Victor Glover, "Do you have a special message you'd like to share for Easter Sunday?" His response, I don't have anything prepared. I'm glad you brought that up, though. I think these observances are important. And as we are so far from Earth and looking back at the beauty of creation, I think that for me, one of the really important and personal perspectives that I have up here is I can really see Earth as one thing. And, when I read the Bible and I look at all the amazing things that were done for us, who were created, you have this amazing place, this spaceship. You guys are talking to us because we're in a spaceship really far from Earth, but you're on a spaceship called Earth that was created to give us a place to live in the universe, in the cosmos. Maybe the distance we are from you makes you think that what we're doing is special, but we're the same distance from you. And I'm trying to tell you, just trust me, you are special. In all this emptiness, this is a whole bunch of nothing. This thing we call the universe, you have this oasis, this beautiful place that we get to exist together. I think as we go into Easter Sunday, thinking about, all the cultures all around the world, whether you celebrate it or not, whether you believe in God or not, this is an opportunity for us to remember where we are, who we are, and that we are the same thing, and that we got to get through this together. Welcome. I'm Sister Amelia Zontini. And yes, I consider myself the heart-centric energy guide because everything is energy. Everything is energy. And on a quantum level, we are mostly water and moving energy. And I want to encourage us all to remember that our brains can be reprogrammed, our thoughts can shift, our experiences are here for us to change, experiences that allow us room to grow and engage in better healing centered practices in informed ways that assist us dealing with human trauma, grief, sadness, upset. Our bodies really are the houses in which we can express ourselves in the most authentic ways for positive change. And I'm here for it. I'm here with you for it. Step 4, regulate my energy of the heart-centered steps. Let's talk about a little bit about resiliency on this agenda. We're going to talk a little bit more about creative strategies for ongoing self-regulation. We are going to this is part of a 5-step action plan, I would say, that sort of came to me when I early on in my training was working with creation and the energy of creation. And what came to me was, Amelia, everything comes through the heart. And so I was given 5 steps that would assist me in returning to my authentic heart, my center, my calm, my awareness in neutrality, so that I could continue to navigate through the hard stuff and hold on to what really matters. And what really matters is where we belong in our heart space through joy, through appreciation, through gratitude. All of these energetic frequencies that flow to us and through us like a radio channel, those are so important because that energy keeps us grounded in a space that expands into better freedom of being ourselves, no matter what. And for me, I think that's probably one of the most important messages every human here on this planet needs to feel connected to, that I am love, that I've been created from love, and that at the core of me is love, unconditional love. And our heart stands as a physical evidence that it beats without any access to a plug or man-made energy or any kind of power that's been created here on earth. It is bigger than us. We are connected to something bigger than what we may even understand. Deep breath in, relax it out. Just a quick review, the arc aspect of the practice. We always want to do something to ground ourselves. We're working to use tools to connect us from the grounding to the activating. I call those bridge tools so that we can find the results that we're looking for to continue to navigate through this density here on earth. The classroom pillars, self-presence, community, and creation. As my daughter said to her friend this weekend, who came to her party without a present. It actually never occurred to us that anybody coming to the party needed to bring a present. And this sweet young lady said, Abigail, I don't have a present for you. And Abigail said, oh, that's okay. Your presence is present enough. And I loved that she said that at such a young age, that she made that connection. Your presence is present enough. Your life is a gift. A gift. Ground rules. I find that these are actually very powerful parts of, I would encourage all department heads and anyone finding themselves in a leadership role when you're at work or when you're in your community working, to use these ground rules for yourself as how you engage and create relationships with others. There are aspects of us that need and require practice because our brains are the defense mechanism. So when we are fully functioning and only approaching life from just our mind and the pride ego, the protector, the data collector, it can be difficult to see others' points of view. So when we utilize a bigger understanding through listening, through intention, through sharing the space, we can create atmospheres where our teams feel brave, we feel brave, and it has an overreaching ability to shift things into more of a positive, integrative place. A safe zone, perhaps. A brave zone, perhaps. A place that people want to show up and share. So let's just get mindful, a little grounded here. We're going to take 3 healthy breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth. And I invite you to make sure that the inhalation is shorter than the exhalation. You might even breathe in to 3 and exhale out to 6. Okay, so we'll do this together. Inhale. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now just gently lay your left hand on your heart and give it a little tap. A little tap, tap. Ah, yes. Ha ha. Now, on a scale of Beyonce, what do you feel today? And you can just, this is just a to yourself, an acknowledgement. Oh, I'm feeling like an 11 right now, and I really would love to feel like a 2. Or I'm looking at today with that fierce 4. You just never know. And that's okay. And then what is one thing you could do to be a little more present? For me, I think I'm going to put both feet on the ground and straighten up my spine and take a nice another breath in. Scan the room. Place one heart, tap your heart. Place a hand on your belly, breathe. And you can repeat this affirmation. I am where I am and I am okay. Perhaps you're going to do a quick scan like, okay, yes, I can agree that I am okay. Maybe perhaps I'm okay just by the fact that I still have, my wits about me to say the thing. I am where I am and I am okay. I also like to use this phrase when I am feeling upset, because I can choose words that override the defensiveness of my mind. Because again, my brain is trying to protect me from a negative outcome. Not always, as I have learned through therapy, can I actually trust my thoughts, because the output of the result of my thoughts can shift when I change the input of my thoughts. Meaning, I am not artificial intelligence. I am higher intelligence. I can be created and connected to an intelligence that loves me. And through my mind, I am inputting what I want to be a result of what I'm putting in. And just like AI, you can only get the best results when you put in the best information, the highest information. So I am a program. And even how I look at tough and hard situations is going to shift how I respond to something and how it either ruins my day or it just becomes a bump in the road. I choose this. I get to choose this. That is the powerful self of me. And that's just not me out of all the billions of us me's on the planet. That is you and me. Just to review the heart-centered steps, have the feeling. Yes, you are allowed to have the feeling. You are allowed to have the feeling. Exercise the curiosity, because when we are curious, then it gets our brains functioning in a space that is out of a stuck thought. And it might be that the thought that we were repeating to ourselves isn't helping us to feel better about a situation. So let us ask questions like, well, beautiful mind, what if it is something that I haven't thought of? Or I wonder if there is a way to see through this and still feel like I can accomplish something bigger than what I know. Gosh, what if I wonder, I'm curious. Tell me, what do I think about this if I were to look at a different perspective? What if I were to zoom out or zoom in? Would it give me another perspective that I could feel better about? These are the curiosity questions that allow our brain to get out of the thought that has possibly created the feeling. However, when we are doing these steps, we need and require to compassionately care for ourselves, to know that what we are doing isn't necessarily something that comes naturally to us. So utilize this practice in ways that help us feel more confident to allow all that is, to allow all that is possible for me, more than maybe past my understanding. And when we regulate the energy, like we're focusing, this is step 4, to regulate the energy, we're going to use even more tools to bring us back to the neutral, centered awareness state that allows us to choose a different path. And next month, we'll really get into the trust and breathe love aspect of things. But that is an ongoing theme in the heart-centered steps. Okay. Okay, here we go. So let's mobilize, okay? We're going to use body movement and breath, okay? So where you are, anywhere you are right now, go ahead and stand up. And even if it's a small amount of space, we can utilize the space by covering the space. And simply by doing this, all I'm asking you to do is to sort of walk heel to toe around the space you've been given. Feel your feet hit the ground. Feel your hands moving. What is your body saying to you right now? Is it moving slow? Is it moving fast? Whatever it is, it's just the awareness piece. Are you feeling resistant to getting up and covering the space? That's okay too. You can do this from your chair. You can move your hands around. You can feel the space around you. You can even begin to sort of tap your body. Tap your body is a way of acknowledging that, yes, it tells your brain like, yep, there's all parts of me present now. I am present. I am aware. I am here. Scanning the body. And maybe you're used to feeling places that hurt, so you focus on the hurt. I encourage you now to scan your body and find the areas that actually feel good to you. Find those areas. Find those areas. Okay. All right. I'm finding what if there was an area that feels good to me right now? Okay. It's the tip of my nose, or, okay, my ears feel pretty good. Whatever it is, allow your mind to focus on what feels good. And as you're breathing, let that good sensation spread across your entire body. And you can even breathe into the space that feels good. And with each breath, allow that space to expand. So if you're feeling good in your nose, and I know that seems silly, but you have to start somewhere. You can put your hand on your nose, breathe in through your nose, and with every breath, in and out, feel that good feeling, expanding into your cheeks or wherever you started. Feel it expanding into the areas around that area. And this is using a bit of our imagination. And yes, that is encouraging us to let that feeling of goodness grow. And tapping is also a way to just sort of allow your body to feel present. And that is kind of part of the compassionate care aspect. You're like, oh yeah, you're good. You're good, babe. This body is good. I'm tapping it. I'm feeling it. It carried me through the day today. It wasn't easy the whole, some parts of the day. Some parts of the day challenged me. I remember there were moments where I had to breathe deep today. I didn't really care for that weird exchange I had last night. Whatever it is, that's okay, because I'm here right now and I'm okay. And tapping your body to remind yourself that, yes, I matter, I am matter, and I'm here. I'm present. Oh, and I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for myself. I'm here for myself now. And tapping, the last place I'm going to encourage you to tap is over your heart chakra, which is like the center of your chest. Go ahead and tap that. Take a nice breath in and relax it out. Lovely, lovely. Getting curiosity, encouraging to pull out that journal at this time. I wonder what's possible. And asking yourself, what am I feeling right now? Where am I feeling it? And this is what I do with the children I work with. It's like, oh, I feel scared. Oh, you feel scared? where do you feel that right now? And I would have them point to the area in their body where they're feeling scared. And these might be young children, so this is the one word they know to describe scared. But a lot of times a child might say, I'm scared, and they might be feeling nervous or excited, and they just don't know that many words to explain how they're feeling. So when we take the feeling and the descriptor word and turn it into more of a physical sensation, then we might even take the emotionality out of the feeling and start to recognize that our feelings are more about senses and what our body is alerting us to, right? So where am I feeling it? And point to where you might be feeling the feeling that you're feeling right now. For instance, if I'm feeling loved, I might point to my heart space. If I'm feeling frustrated, I might point to my head, and then ask myself, what does it feel like? And think of words that are for the physical sensation, like, what does it feel like when my heart feels loved? Okay, my heart might feel more opened, warm. There might be a tingly sensation. Start to recognize, because sometimes we can get confused with the physical sensations that are popping up and claim it to be scared. I'm scared, but really it's, oh, I'm just a little nervous or I'm apprehensive. And so that's a new way to look at it. And then when we can recognize the physical sensations that are going on, we can maybe even assign those physical sensations to a little more of a neutral awareness. Okay, what do I do when I start to feel crunchy? Okay, ask myself, okay, I'm feeling crunchy. Do I want to keep feeling this way? Is it working for me or not? Okay, I have this feeling, and it may not necessarily change the dynamics of the situation with others, but it's certainly going to shift me into a more grounded state where then I can actually think clearer. So this is really selfless care. Beginning to ask myself, how long do I want to feel this way? What can I do to feel better at this time? At this point, what's possible for me right now? And this is where the personal safety plans can come into play. What can I do? Can I go grab some water? I like cold water. Can I go outside? Can I go find the sunshine? Can I actually focus in on something in the room where I'm at that makes me feel good? Like, I see a house plant that's lovely. It reminds me of nature. Oh, I love nature. What do I love about nature? And now my mind has gotten curious and out of the mindset that shifted me into the negative, and now moving into more of a vibrational feeling of neutrality. Again, this may not change the choices of others, but this certainly is going to put me and my nervous system into more of a state of choice instead of feeling stuck that I am a victim to my situation. I'm going to share with you a 3-minute interview from, and this is the Artemis 2 theme session tonight, because I've been watching this crew. I'm so inspired by what I've seen, and it's very in sync with what we've been talking about this whole year with body breathe awareness. And I just love seeing it even reiterated on such a global stage. So here is a 3-minute speech from Jeremy Hansen, one of the astronauts that just came back with the Artemis 2 crew. Here we go. Okay, so I do have it up here because I wondered if this would happen. Here we go.
I think what I'd like to share today is maybe 3 of the human experiences for us. And you haven't heard us talk a lot about the science, the things we've learned, And that's because they're there and they're incredible. But it's the human experience that is extraordinary for us. And it sounds like maybe for you too. And so I think I'll start with gratitude. Gratitude for my family, gratitude for NASA, for its leadership, gratitude for Canadian Space Agency, gratitude pour les Canadiens et les Canadiennes. Et j'ai hâte de pouvoir revenir avec Reed, Christina, Victor au Canada. Gratitude for the bravery and the courage for the teams to be no-go when we were no-go and go when we were go. That took a lot. And I don't think people will really ever fully comprehend how well supported and trained we were. It is almost unbelievable. All right, and as my daughter would say, I'll try and stay locked in here. Okay. The next one is joy. We have a term in our crew that we coined a long time ago, the joy train. And sounds like you saw a lot of joy up there. There was a lot of joy. We're not always on the joy train, this crew. There are many times we're not on the joy train, but we are committed to getting back on the joy train as soon as we can. And that is a useful life skill for any team trying to get something done. And the last one is, I need your help for this. Come on up here, guys. The last one is love. What you saw was a group of people who loved contributing, having meaningful contribution, and extracting joy out of that. And what we've been hearing is that was something special for you to witness. And the reason I had them form up here with me is because I would suggest to you that when you look up here, you're not looking at us. We are a mirror reflecting you. And if you like what you see, then just look a little deeper. This is you. Dude, come on.
I love that. I love that. All right, let's get the screen back up here. Yeah, so the 3 human experiences from space: gratitude, joy, love. These are some of the highest frequencies that we can access. And sometimes it requires our imagination. But just know that it is accessible. And we don't have to go to space to feel that. We can feel that through others' experiences, which is why experiencing relationships with others in community is so important. And if you are feeling alone right now and you want to connect, I am here. You can email me. You can reach out to me. And just know that at least there's one person here that wishes to have a relationship with you. So please know that you're not alone. Okay, let me get back into the slides. Okay, so I love this slide. What does it mean to live from my heart? So in the Suzanne Steinbaum is an attending cardiologist and the director of Women and Heart Disease of Lenox Hill Hospital in New York City. Quote, "To live from the heart means to live listening to what makes us feel good, vitalized, energized, balanced, rejuvenated, and healthy, both physically and emotionally. It means surrounding ourselves with people who nourish our souls, build us up, and make us want to be the best we can be. If we all truly lived from a place of wholeness and heart health, the world might just change. It might get stronger and healthier and happier." See, living from the heart begins with knowing what makes you feel sad, what makes you feel happy. which allows your spirit to flourish. What turns you on and what makes you feel loved. Living from the heart can be nourishing at every level. Remembering the overview effect. So when we're in it, right? When we're in it here in the thick of it, it can be difficult to see the blue sky above us. It can be difficult to see past the dense clouds. So right now, I encourage you and I invite you to imagine right now some dark storm clouds, and that's a metaphor for what you might be going through right now. You might be feeling anxiety. You might be feeling grief. You might be feeling sadness. You might be feeling upset. You might be feeling estranged, abandoned. I might be feeling these. At any given point, all of us are going to feel one or all of these aspects of us because we are one. So we are connected with every other human on this planet. We are one aspect living on this spaceship. We're going to be affected on an energetic level that affects us in our day-to-day. We're going to be affected. And we can utilize our minds and our imagination to see the blue sky. But for right now, I just want you to imagine the stuff. And those are coming in the form of clouds. Okay, so you can close your eyes right now and take a deep breath. And each feeling of dissonance, I guess that's the word I'm looking for, and discord, all of these feelings that are getting in the way of our gratitude, joy, and love, put them in a cloud, okay? Put them in a cloud and see them. Now see the clouds and watch the clouds move. Watch the clouds move to clear the way, for this too shall pass. See the clouds shift. See the clouds shift and move. Find the sun. Crack open the density. See the blue sky. Remembering that when we fly and we reach the atmosphere and we crack through the low hanging clouds that are blocking our joy, gratitude, and love, there is going to be blue sky and sun. See the sun. You might even spread your arms and your legs, just like this person in this picture. This is the star pose. Just reach out. You might even say, thank you for this ability to see through this, to see what can shift in my life. Breathing in and relax it out. So what is heart coherence? What is a heart coherent state? In the 1990s, HeartMath Institute researchers identified a physiological state called heart coherence, a type of coherence that occurs when our body's systems, our breathing, heart rhythms, brain rhythms, and hormonal response are in sync with each other. The heart is really the source of emotional intelligence, transferring intelligence to emotions and strengthening our ability to manage them. So HeartMath techniques are about bringing you to a heart coherent state in the moment. This is a high performance and healthy state that people naturally can shift into when they're feeling kind, appreciative, and compassionate. We are allowed to do this because this is a communication between the heart and the brain, and it's actually a two-way dialogue. It's dynamic and it's ongoing. And research shows that messages that the heart sends to the brain can also affect performance. So when our hearts are feeling in harmony and empowered, no matter what is going on in our life, it can shift the mind to believe that we are connected to something bigger, that we can have the energy that we are seeking to have, that we can create balance and harmony in our systems. This is the coherence. This is in you, this is in me, this is in the we. Every one of us can access this. We now have a much deeper scientific understanding of many of our original questions that explains how and why heart activity affects mental clarity, creativity, emotional balance, intuition, and personal effectiveness. The heart is, in fact, a highly complex information processing center with its own functional brain, commonly called the heart brain, that communicates with and influences the cranial brain via the nervous system, hormonal system, and other pathways. This is the work the Heart Math Science Institute is doing so that we can see the hard evidence. So believe it. Your heart coherence is at is in a crucial place for us. And it's important to remember that we can return to that and trust it. We can trust our hearts. Breathe in. And tap, just a little tap, 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 tap on the heart. Maybe even a smile. Maybe even a smile. Some more advice from NASA astronaut Victor Glover. Be resilient. Resilience is about not just getting through challenges, but growing through them, getting better because of those challenges. Be a lifelong learner in the classroom, outside of the classroom, on the job, at church, in your clubs and extracurricular activities. Everything is an opportunity to learn and grow and get better. Be a good teammate. Whether you like or agree with people, all people deserve to have their human dignity respected. And being a good teammate is a reminder that the people on our left and right matter, and we need to be respectful of one another. Remembering our personal safety plans, continue to work on those. They can be internal or external. They can be within ourselves that we can utilize no equipment needed, or we can go and access materials that help us. And sometimes, again, that's like water or chocolate, or changing the scenery, all those aspects that we have available to us. And rounding up tonight's session, I'm going to read to you some remarks that came from Christina Koch. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Koch? Oh, goodness. Please forgive me, Christina. Post mission around the moon. Several years ago, I was given a speech and I was doing my usual talk about crew and crewmates and teamwork. And someone asked, what makes a crew? What is different about a crew than a team? And I was like, I got this. Opened my mouth confidently to tell them everything I knew about being a crewmate. And everything that came out of my mouth was completely without value. But the last 10 days, I've gotten a little bit of a better answer on that question. A crew is people or a group that is in it all the time, no matter what, that is stroking together every minute with the same purpose, that is willing to sacrifice silently for each other, that gives grace, that holds accountable. A crew has the same cares and the same needs, and a crew is inexcapably, beautifully, dutifully linked. So when we saw Tiny Earth, people asked our crew what impressions we had. And honestly, what struck me wasn't necessarily just Earth. It was all the blackness around it. Earth was just like this lifeboat hanging undisturbingly in the universe. So I may have not learned, I know I haven't learned everything that this journey has yet to teach me, but there's one thing I know, and that is planet Earth, you are a crew. Okay, my friends, let's not leave our colleagues in the dark. Remember that there is assistance out there. Let me be a lighthouse for you. Let me help you see the light within you, if that is what it takes. I'm here for it. Continue to remember to love yourself. What brings you joy? Asking myself what brings me joy even gets curiosity functioning for me in a way that I may not have had access to until I ask the question. So ask the questions. And remember, in unity, in solidarity, we are a crew. I love you. Be well. I'm sending you a kiss. Mwah.